Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again, and thank you for joining me for the show that one reviewer called, "What the hell is wrong with this guy?" This is GainerWorld Live. My name is Tim Gainer, and as always, I appreciate you joining me for another hour of hilarious comedy. Who am I kidding? This show sucks. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, as always. If you're new to our little clam bake, if you're looking for hard-hitting entertainment, if you're looking for the latest in technology, if you are looking for all kinds of really innovative stuff, boy, Johnny, are you backing the wrong horse on this one. Mainly what we do is we just kind of hang out for an hour. We literally just just let our hair down for a little while and talk to each other. As you can see by the growing amount of writing that is on the screen on your left, my right. Mainly what that is if you're looking closely, that is, if you're watching live, that is actually the chat that's going on YouTube right now. If you're watching the replay, well, that's okay. You can join in because you can see what everybody's writing. For example, our own Cyrus Gray has popped in to say hello, saying nothing but net. I have no idea what that means, but okay, sure, Cyrus, why not? Amu City Games has popped in. He said, "I can tell you what the hell is wrong with this guy, but YouTube will kick me off the platform." No, actually, it wouldn't be anything that nobody's said publicly or privately to begin with. But and also Amu City, see, he's inviting you to talk to him. He is inviting right there. If you look right there, he is inviting you to talk to him. Please do. Come on into the chat room. Tell us where you're from. That's all we ask. We just want to know who you are and where you're from. That way we can find, all kinds of ways to ridicule you and insult your intelligence. Because that's the kind of people that we are. See, I told you this is a fun family show. Anyway, Agnar popping in saying, "What's up? Sup, Agnar? Thank you for joining us, my friend. I certainly do appreciate you coming into the Gainer Go Round. It's Planet Zoltar. Okay, that's cool. As long as the Romulans don't blow it up, I'm good with that. Speaking of Cyrus, and I will get this out of the way, he is going to be on right after this on another site altogether. If you go over to Hugs 24/7 Radio, HUGSATWRGG.com. That's where the radio station is. If you've never heard about it, where have you been? It is a quickly growing internet station that is dedicated to the unsigned independent artist, and Cyrus will be running down the Hugs Top 10 Countdown. Yes, this station does have a chart, and they were going to be running down the top 10 unsigned independent artists in the country, in the world, actually. And that is going on right after this, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, on that little piece of bandwidth, hugs at WRGG.com, HUGATWRGG.com. Make a point of bookmarking that because it's going to be really cool for you. Yes, you are. Yes, Cyrus, I'm afraid you are. There's no rest for the wicked. Yes, Cyrus has gone probably about 4 days without sleep now, so this should be one of his better shows, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay, so we're finding out now that Agnar is no more than it's Simon Lee. Whatever. He changed his name. Oh, you man of mystery, you little rapscallion. But anyway, so that's what's going on. Also, one thing that will be going on, and we'll be talking about this a little bit later on. I want to bring to your attention that our last show of the year is going to be taking place on December 16th, 2 weeks from tonight. Friday night, December 16th will be our last show of 2022. Reason being is because I'm going to be working on not just the hug stuff, but I'm also going to be working on a favorite pet project of mine. And I've been doing this for the last 13 years, and I'm very proud of it. It's a station called Classic Christmas. If you like your old school type of Christmas music, I mean, I'm talking about the Bing Crosby and the Perry Como and the Nat King Cole and the Louis Armstrong and all that good stuff. Yeah, you might want to check this out because that's what it is all through. Found a bunch of old Christmas records, restored them, and we replay them from the original vinyl. So be sure you check that out. I'm very proud of it. It's not a moneymaker. It's just something I do because I just kind of dig that kind of thing. Yes, as a matter of fact, Cyrus, yes, there is El Martino. I do have El Martino on there. You'd be amazed. There's lots of stuff. There's all kinds of little nuggets that you may not know existed. Did you know Danny Kaye made Christmas records? It's true. Anyway, let's see here. So that's what's going on. All kinds of things going on. And more. And I'm sure you probably know where this first story tonight that we're going to talk about is. You know where this is headed. And I have to talk about it because I got a couple of notices today. Got a couple of DMs from folks that are really still they're still reeling over this. And to be honest with you, so am I. You know, this one's hard to take. And he's got a lovely bunch of mistletoe. No. He doesn't have a lovely bunch of mistletoe. But yeah, no, this, ironically, my son, Eric, and I talked about this. I talked about this on my Facebook page. I talked about this on the show. He made the comment to me that he thought, and he and his brother Matt had made the comment about how Fleetwood Mac's Rumors was such a great album, and the thing that popped out of my mouth was, did you hear the one before it? Because I think the Fleetwood Mac album of 1972 is a terrific album. So it hurts. It hurt. And even Amy City said, yeah, that one hurt. And a couple of people had DM'd me today saying, please mention this because this is such a loss. And I'm inclined to agree. When we lost Christine McVie on Wednesday, it was, pardon me, it was a shock to say the least. The story that came out of Rolling Stone was that she had died, according to the family. Pardon me. She said that she died at a hospital following a short illness. They're not saying what it was. They're not saying what it was, other than she passed away after a short illness. Her family said that, and this is a quote again from Rolling Stone, that she was with her family. She was surrounded by family when it happened. Let me just read the whole statement to you. She was in the company of her family. We kindly ask that you respect the family's privacy at this extremely painful time, and we would like everyone to keep Christine in our hearts and remember the life of an incredible human being, revered musician who was loved universally. Now, back in June, it turns out that she was interviewed by Rolling Stone, and apparently she had acknowledged that she was in, quote, quite bad health, end quote. She didn't say what, but it kind of makes you wonder. She said she'd been struggling with chronic back problems, but that was as far as she got. Yeah, I mean, Fleetwood Mac, obviously, I mean, you can imagine all of the tweets and the tributes that are coming in. This one in particular, of course, from the band itself. There are no words to describe our sadness at the passing of Christine McVie. Again, sorry. She was truly one of a kind, special and talented beyond measure. She was the best musician anyone could have had in their band and the best friend anyone could have in their life. We were so lucky to have a life with her, individually and together. We cherish Christine deeply and are thankful for the amazing memories we have. She will be so very missed. Of course, coming from Fleetwood Mac. Now, that's coming from the band itself. Of course, individually, it's another story. Mick Fleetwood had his own statement. He posted this on Twitter the following day on Thursday. He said, "It's a day when my dear friend Christine McVie has taken to flight and left us earthbound folks to listen with bated breath to the sounds of that songbird. Reminding one and all that love is all around us to reach for and touch in this precious life that is gifted to us. Part of my heart has flown away today. I will miss everything about you, Christine McVie. Memories abound. They fly to me." That's from Mick Fleetwood. Lindsey Buckingham also tweeted a tribute to what he called, this is according to page 6, Christine McVie's sudden passing is profoundly heartbreaking. Not only were she and I part of a magical family of Fleetwood Mac, to me Christine was a musical comrade, a friend, a soulmate, a sister. For over 4 decades, we helped each other create a beautiful body of work and a lasting legacy that continues to resonate today. He said he was very lucky to have known her and that her spirit will live on through her music and her legacy. So, yeah, I mean, seriously, what do you say? What do you say about something like this? What can you say? You know, it just... Stevie Nicks, pardon me. Stevie Nicks also weighed in. She called Christine her best friend in the whole world since the first day in 1975. She said, and I kind of find this hard to believe, but hey, what do I know? She said, I didn't even know she was ill until late Saturday night. And she wishes she could sing her one last song. And so, yeah, this apparently, you know, I mean, nobody's ever prepared for something like this. But when you stop and think about the body of work that this woman had. Now, I'm not just, you know, I mean, obviously she was a keyboard player with Fleetwood Mac. But she was one of those people. I mean, my God, the catalog of music that she left behind with that band. I mean, even when she joined them in 1970, I remember I was first turned on to her. I know she was on the Mystery to Me album. I got turned on to her through the Bare Trees album. When I heard her voice for the first time as the background, when Bob Welch sang the original Sentimental Lady, not the garbage remake that he made several years later, but the original version. If you really want to hear that song, go back to the Bare Trees album, Fleetwood Mac's Bare Trees album, and check out Sentimental Lady. And the harmonies that she put on there with Bob Welch is just, it was something unique, to be very sure. But I mean, but the rest of the catalog that she had with this band, I mean, tell me you haven't heard of at least one of these songs. Don't Stop. You Make Lovin' Fun. Everywhere. Hold Me. Little Lies. Over My Head. Dreams. Oh Daddy. Say You Love Me. Think About Me. Even her solo album in 1989, she had a top 10 hit with, you know, Love's Got a Hold on Me. And of course, the one that I saved for last, because it is, to me, quite possibly one of the most perfect love songs that you can ever listen to, and that's Songbird. Tell me that that doesn't at least put a lump in your throat when you hear that song. It is just, it is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Like I said, she joined the band in 1970. She married the bass player, John McVie. Of course, everybody knows that. And they were married between like 1968 and 1974. She she left the group in 1998 on tour because of fear of flying. She developed a fear of flying, but came back to the band in 2014 and had been playing with them as recently as 2019. So it wasn't as if, you know, she was that sick at the time. But yeah, I mean, it's a terrible blow to music. It really is. It's a very, very dark day in music. And you really, this is one of those days that, I mean, when I do stuff like this, even though it's kind of like my job / hobby, it's hard to talk about. It really is. There's 2 days in my professional career that I really wish I didn't have to announce news. One was the day that Stevie Ray Vaughan died, and the other one is tonight. Hail and farewell to the songbird. It is a very dark and painful day in rock and roll. As everybody knows, she, of course, is... she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And there's not a whole lot you can add. There's not a whole lot you can add. So yeah. Again, you know, Cyrus is asking what was it that killed her? I don't know. You may as well call this the show the obituary cast. Yeah, you know what? It's funny Simon should bring that up because and Simon will attest to this. When we had the podcast going, it turned in. We used to joke that it was the weekly death report. Because back in 2016, people were dropping like flies. And this year literally sucks. Again, we're losing our heroes. And it's just, you know, it's not fun. It really isn't fun. 2016, yeah, he says right here in the chat, 2016 was a bad year for rock and roll. 2022 ain't going so far behind, really, to be honest with you, dude. This is like... You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something that I've been accused of not doing for quite some time. This year, let me just do this. Cyrus is saying, yeah, this year might give things a run for its money. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. We were joking, Cyrus and I. And even Simon, we used to joke about it, you know, having a death pool. And there is one online, by the way. I think I talked about this last week or a couple of weeks ago, where there is a death pool. You can find the website where you can actually bet on which celebrity will die next. I'm not kidding about this. This is an actual thing. Leave your clothes on. Okay, hold on. It's funny how everyone survived Rona but can't survive normal times. Yeah, there's that. You know, that all depends upon whether you got the vaccination or injected the bleach. It's real. It's real. Yes, life is real, Cyrus. I'm going to do this because I had somebody tell me last week that I hadn't done this in a while. I say Ozzy is next, but then he hasn't released new stuff. Yes, he has. Patient number 9 in stores now. Billy, don't be a hero. Bo Donaldson and the Haywards, man, 1974. Oh God. Yeah, he has. He just released new stuff, and as everybody can tell you, your albums sell more after you're dead. So, I I think this is only appropriate that I play this. Thought about this. A couple of people last week were.
Why don't you play anymore? You're not playing anymore. Why aren't you playing? You're gonna play. We like it.
So you've been telling me you would for 2 years now. Yeah, I've felt like it a whole bunch of times. Trust me. There was a couple times before that I came real close. So anyway, let me do this. I think this song is only appropriate for what we're talking about in the times and. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain. Oh, you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. It's so noisy at the fair, but all your friends are there. With the candy floss you had, and your mother and your dad. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. There's a girl just down the aisle, and you turn to see her smile. You can hear the words she wrote as you read the hidden note. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the bonkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Now you're underneath the stairs, and you're giving back some glare to the people that you met, and it's your first cigarette. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. Can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Now you say you're leaving home 'cause you want to be alone. Ain't it funny how you feel when you find it out it's real? Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the bacchus and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the bacchus and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Little Neil Young. For the people who have looked at me and said,
Why don't you play anymore? You're not playing anymore. Why don't you play?
it's only because of I was sick and had a throat infection, and yeah, that kind of thing was going on. So yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna take a break right about here, and when we come back, daytime television and a special thing for my friends in Chicago. God, I love my city. Lots of goofy stuff going around. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This is Classic Christmas.
I wish it could be Christmas forever. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Here comes Susie Snowflake dressed in a snow white gown.
Playing your all-time holiday favorites restored from the original vinyl releases. This is Classic Christmas.
While you're inside with your war on yourself, the damage has been done. So call the truce, stand and deliver. This battle can still be won. But first lay down your arms. So take a look around across the field of dreams both lost and found. There's no use crying for casualties you lost within the fight. The wounded lie waiting for relief that's just inside. Within your struggle for redemption, there's a block along the way, and it belongs to those who still believe. You still have much to say. Please wait for the flag, come to the table.
Very proud of that song. Also proud of the fact that we have been nominated for not just one, but 2 Hugs Awards this year. One of them being for Lay Down Your Arm for Record of the Year, or as it is called on the station, Best Produced Song. Also, the Tim Gainer Experience, the band, has been nominated for Band of the Year. And you can vote for us. You can vote for us. If you go over to Hugs at WRGG, hugsatwrg.com, hugsatwrg.com, and click on the Hugs Awards 2022 tab that's on the homepage. You can vote. Only one time, but you can vote for us for Band of the Year and for Best Produced Song, as it is called there. And there's also lots of other artists in categories like Male Artist of the Year, Female Artist of the Year. So many deserving people. I'm very humbled that we were, that the band, although very deserving of it, the rest of the band, they worked their butts off this year. And I'm very proud of Lay Down Your Arms. So by all means, please go over there and do that if you would. Hugs@WRGG.com. Vote for the Hugs Awards. You've got till Tuesday, December 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time to do that. And then the awards are going to be announced on the Hugs Christmas Spectacular on, I believe it's Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night, December 21st. Is when they're going to be doing that over at the station. So, yes, by all means. I can't find the clapping hands, so clap, clap, clap. Okay. And, of course, I have to say hi to Donna Joanne. She was going to say something, but then she retracted it because she's that type of person. And, by the way, to whoever 69xxx.site is, I don't know why you would think that I would actually show these on this show, and especially considering the fact that this is YouTube, chick. What are you thinking? You know, I'm not. Do you think I'm going to risk my reputation and my show and subject my audience to that? No, I don't think so. Good try. Not gonna work. So yeah. Because I'm retired, you get to catch up. She, okay. All right. Cyrus is saying she's disappointed you didn't play John Hyatt. I used to play John Hyatt. I used to, somebody say, Stop it, Simon. Stop encouraging people. Half Gainer, we used to play Cry Love. And Perfectly Good Guitar, as a matter of fact. Two of my favorite songs. In fact, I've been thinking about doing a cover version on the next album. Doing a cover version of Perfectly Good Guitar. So, I understand, pal. I understand. It's a personal problem, okay? Being retired in the literal sense of the word, that is to say that I don't have a real job anymore. You get to catch up on things that you normally would miss during the daytime. And one of the things that I found out that I did miss was on TV. On TV. In one of the daytime TV, to be exact. And of course, we're talking about, daytime TV, and one of the morning shows, of course, which is on here in the States mostly, unless you watch it overseas, on your satellite or something, or whatever the case may be. One of them is on ABC. And of course, I'm talking about a show called Good Morning America. Wait a minute now. I love how he just brushes past some of my comments, but yet he has a little chuckle. No, I have mentioned every single one. With the exception of one, something about Five Sisters. I understand what you're saying, though. As does anybody else who's reading it who's over the age of 18. Amucity is bringing up on TV. Wow. This is going back a ways. Pre-cable service that played a couple of movies every night between 7 p.m. after 7 p.m. Roughly 82 to 83. And, well, no, they would go all night. Because remember, after midnight, you'd sit there and you'd watch that little scrambled screen, and you'd look for a boob. Yes, sir. I'm not proud. You try to put me off. Yeah, I know. I know. You're a very off-putting person. So anyway, yeah, pre-Skinamax. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, one of the shows that I'm talking about is Good Morning America, which started as like a precursor to what was very popularly known as the Today Show. And this has been going on for a long time. And for some reason, the networks think that it's a good idea to extend the morning shows into like late afternoon, thinking that you're really going to watch the earlier shows as a result of it. And one of the things that has been happening, at least it happened within the last 48 hours, and I guess this is supposed to be scandalous. This is terrible. And, of course, I'm talking about one section of the Good Morning America show, or as they call it, GMA3. What you need to know. Mainly is that the two anchors of that show, TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, they how can we say this? Well, there's no polite way to put it. They decided to hook up. They are now officially a couple, and they have even gone so far as to make their relationship public. Now, what you need to know is that they were both married at the time. And apparently, according to the Daily Mail, this is all information that we learned from TMZ. Apparently, the Daily Mail claimed that the two of them had been romantically involved for months. So what happened was people found out about this, and it has just become the most scandalous thing in the world. According to Rolling Stone, they've been enjoying a months-long affair with a well-timed report claiming that they'd both been separated from their spouses in August. But the Daily Mail ran photos of them canoodling in a bar, holding hands in an Uber, arriving in a secluded cottage for a weekend vacation, and entering and leaving one another's apartment buildings. Scandal. Amy City quick to say, I think Stevie Wonder wrote a song about this. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. So apparently, everybody was just all up and up about this. What's going to happen? What are they going to say about this? And of course, ABC, who is owned by the Walt Disney Corporation, by the way, everybody was kind of freaking about what was going to happen. But yeah, TMZ is saying that they're not going to be disciplined about this. Apparently, network sources told TMZ that Amy and TJ did nothing wrong. They're two consenting adults on equal levels in the company. They have a right to date who they want. Another network source added the fact that they were on the air Thursday should tell everybody that nobody's suffering any consequences on this one. Amy actually went to ABC execs several years ago to dispel rumors that she and TJ were a thing. She knew the building was abuzz with the talk that they hooked up, but Amy assured their bosses they were just friends. though best friends. They had planned to make their relationship public in several weeks because of Amy's divorce from Andrew Shue, and they were blindsided by the Daily Mail photos. And as of today, it was kind of funny. I was watching it, and TJ had come up telling Amy that he's hoping the week would just keep going and going and going. Is just kind of a stab to the press of like, yeah, okay, look, I know what you guys are up to. You know, just keep it happening, okay? The statement was just dripping with sarcasm, so right on TJ. And Amy, while smiling, then told TJ he was speaking for himself, so it's clear she needs a much-needed break. Well, she needs a much-needed something else, if you know what I'm talking about. So they plan to make the relationship, but one thing's for certain, according to TMZ, TJ and Amy certainly aren't losing that on-screen chemistry. Yeah, and I have one very important question about all of this. Who the hell cares? I mean, I guess it's a good thing that we're back to this kind of scandalous on-screen romance thing instead of talking about pandemics and politics and racism and all that crap. Amu City even saying during the break, can we talk about Kanye? The quick answer to that is no, because he's a moron and he's giving all of us Southsiders a really bad name at this point. You know, dude, I get it, you're from Roseland, but come on. Here's a quick one for you, yay. Frank Collins dead. Anyway, so I'm checking the tote board on this real quick. This time signed off. Okay. Let me see. All right. Cyrus opened the door by saying, "How dare they? Things have changed over the past 3 decades." Yes, they have. All right. Cyrus opened the door. I'm free to make jokes. I think Stevie Wonder wrote a song about this. Yes, he did. Game on. Famous line from well-known song, "Slip out the back, Jack." Yep. Y'all are lucky I'm not busting out John Velby references. Yeah, dude, come on. Standing on the edge, looking down, going, boy, that's a heck of a drop. He's already turning gray-haired. Yes, he is. I read busting and my mind went totally south. Well, that's you, Simon. That's just you. What else can we say? She wishes they can keep going and going and going, as Depeche Mode said, just can't get enough. That's why she needs a well-deserved. Let's take a straw poll. Wait, is she giving him a cheeky tug under the table at work? No, if you look real close, the way that their set is set up, it's not really possible. But who knows what's going on in makeup? Gainer, red, blue 32, blue 32. So yeah, there's that. So, but like I said, I guess it's an okay thing. I guess it's all right that we're talking about this now instead of politics and all that. And yeah, I thought about it. Believe me, Amu City, I thought about the Ye thing. And all I need is King here. All I need is King, and the place would just totally go for broke. But anyway, nothing wrong with, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Even Simon says, a quick one at work. How do you think we got Grayson? Yes, indeed. And we thank you for your support. Hey, and who says there's no benefits in the workplace? Oh, man, come on now. I want to tell you, tough crowd. So yeah, I'm glad that we're back to that. Really, TJ, Amy, because they watch the show. They're fans. But no, I mean, you let it, do what you want, man. You know, who cares? I mean, on one side of the coin, I understand you care what the public think. On the other side of the coin, who cares what the public thinks? While you're on the air, you guys are being professional about it, and that's all good. And look at Joe Scarborough and Mika. I mean, they can handle it on their show, and they're married. And they had, they had their little, case you bet you got a chick on the side for a couple of years before that happened. So, don't worry about it, man. You guys do you. And, the little old ladies out there in Des Moines going, this is scandalous. Find a life, okay? Find something to do. Let me see here. Checking the tote board. Simon talking about his family. Not sure how we got Freya. It wasn't at work, though. Of course it wasn't. And because you ride a motorcycle, we know it wasn't in the back seat. Anyway, odds just rolled. Not looking good. 8-1, we get canceled. Yeah, okay. Yeah, again. Get used to that after a while. Look at Bill Clinton. That's right. His favorite band was Pink Floyd. Come here, lady, have a cigar. Oh, boy. Fun fact, Tim and I's former workplace, they had to put security cameras in the basement because folks in the later shifts were sneaking away for a little fun. I remember that. I remember that. Oh, man. Yes. There were conference rooms where if you turn the lights off, lock the door. Come on, honey, we only got a half hour for lunch. And don't get me started on the overnight shift. I had Amy on the bike. Just put her. That's wonderful. I'm so proud of you. You better pray to God that Amy never watches the show. You had better pray to God Amy never watches this show, dude. And Emmy City wants to know, was it in motion? I've seen it. I've seen that. Yeah, and I've heard stories. A couple friends of mine. Uh-huh. Now you know why there's helmet laws. You got to watch your head. Around the corner, supplemental income. Yep. I'm proud of me, too. Hey, we've all got our cross to bear. Anyway, I do want to talk about this one last show, or this one last story, because it just kind of knocks me out. It really does. And I'm going to put this to my people in Chicago. Because, being a fellow South Sider, I love my city, but man, y'all can be a little weird. And I'm watching GMA 3 today because at the same time, too, I'm watching, Channel 7, WSTV, ABC 7, Chicago's source for news and information. And, I'm watching, and all of a sudden, there's this bulletin from the good folks at ABC. I love my city. Because we had a bulletin come by this afternoon, or this morning, even late this morning, as a matter of fact. Oh, man. It was tough. But anyway, I won't even tell you about it. We'll head over to ABC 7's Jessica Donofrio. Jessica!
Well, Val and Terrell, crews have been trying to clear this wreck all morning, but boy, have there been some challenges. They were able to get the trailer out with a giant crane and pull it onto I-90, but the cab still remains in the water, and just in the past 5 minutes, they tried to get that cab up and out, and it fell right back in, crumbling and crashing down in. But take a look at our video from earlier. The crane was hooked up to the trailer to slowly pull it out, and then the cab separated from it, falling back into the waterway. The semi apart and splintering. This crash happened at around 2 o'clock this morning on the Indiana Toll Road, just east of Calumet Avenue in Hammond. It's unclear what caused the empty UPS truck to lose control, but authorities say it did catch fire after it plunged over a bridge and into the Grand Calumet River below. The driver somehow able to climb out of the wreck and wait for rescue crews. Authorities say he did not seem seriously injured.
We searched in case he was injected. We did find him eventually. Disoriented, but he's doing fine now, we believe so.
And he found his way out of the cab and onto a concrete pole, correct?
Correct. We found him just off the concrete barrier. He didn't talk much. He was disoriented, so he did give a little bit of yell. We did find him. It was dark. We were sweeping the water, and eventually, like I said, he did give us a little attention, and we did carry him out on a Stokes basket to safety.
UPS tells us they are thankful their driver is safe and that there were no other vehicles involved. The shipping company says they are working with authorities on this continuing investigation. A spokesperson says the driver has been released from the hospital with minor injuries. Now back here live, this has been causing a traffic mess since very early this morning. Several lanes on the Indiana Toll Road had to be shut down. Troopers say they hope to have one lane open in each direction soon. Meanwhile, the cleanup will continue along with a bridge inspection.
What's Brown done for you lately? There are so many jokes. And now I have to preface this by saying I had no idea that this happened. I'd heard about my assistant called me earlier today, and they're like, Did you hear about the truck? Like, what truck? He said there was a truck accident on the toll road. Okay, there's a truck accident on the toll road. Big deal. But then about 5 o'clock, just before we went on, and I'm prepping the show, she calls me again, and she's like, oh, well, they got the truck out. I'm like, what truck are you talking about? Turn on Channel 7. And I turn on Channel 7 and we get this. And it's like, first off, I've driven the Indiana Toll Road hundreds of times. And I can see where it would be very easy for this to happen. Especially if you're a trucker. I've seen truckers lose their stuff on the toll road a couple of times. So it doesn't surprise me at all. But here's my point. When you saw that part where the cab fell back into, oh, by the way, just so you know, for those that are not sure, that section of the toll road, underneath that is the Calumet River. So my man is dangling, looking at the river while he's in the cab of his truck. Not a fun thing to be in. So I feel sorry for the guy. But at the same time, when they lifted this thing up, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the earlier picture. You can see the cab underneath. If you look real close on the screen, you can see where the trailer is and you can see where the cab is. Now they brought in a crane to lift up the trailer so that they could get the cab out of there. Let's talk about this logistically for a second. A crane tried to lift up a wooden trailer, because most trailers are made of wood these days, to try to get a 5-ton truck cab out of the wall that is on the other side, by the way, and tried to get it out of there. And it fell back into the river, and everybody's like, wow, man, how'd that happen? What did you expect? I love my city, dude. And I'm glad, let me just say for the record that I'm really glad that the driver's okay. I'm really glad the driver's okay, because that could have been really a messy situation. But yeah, they just got everything cleaned up within, from what I understand, within like the last 2 hours. Yeah, happened about 2 a.m. on the Indiana Toll Road, just off Calumet Avenue. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, do you think the driver's going to have a job come Monday? And here's the thing too. I did a little bit of research, and I thought to myself, what are the legal implications for this? What are the legal implications? What happens when a UPS truck is in an accident? Okay? I mean, you have to think about that in a moment like this. So I did some research, and according to the folks at the Wyatt Law Firm in San Antonio, remember, with Wyatt Law Firm, no recovery, no fee. We have a passion for justice. According to truck accident attorney Paula Wyatt, and this is a quote from their website now, so long as the truck driver was on the job at the time of the accident, UPS must pay for the driver's negligence. Not only is UPS responsible for the driver's actions, but you may have independent grounds for a lawsuit against the company. UPS has a legal obligation to scrutinize their drivers that it hires closely. It must check their backgrounds and driving records and provide them with proper training. That, according to Paula Wyatt from the good folks at the Wyatt Law Firm in San Antonio, Texas. So that's, my man is covered. UPS, on the other hand. Real quick, let's check the tote board because everybody's talking about this one. Yeah, let's see here. Brings a whole new meaning to UPS. Yeah, they deliver for you. And how? This is why I ship with UPS. This is why I ship with the Postal Service. Give me FedEx or give me death, says Cyrus. A little too drunk to give a full statement. He has to be from PA. Okay. Royal Mail for the win. Evil Knievel would have been proud. Robin Newman saying hi. Robin, how you doing? Always good to see you, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Wouldn't be the first body in that river if he'd fallen to his death. That's a fact. And Cyrus says he was probably listening to Honor Among Thieves. People have that reaction when they listen to the album. I don't know why. Heine Bach would have bought a mule team and had better results. At least the license they won legally out of the crane at Chuck E. Cheese. He was under UPS employee at the time. UPS employees get 100% medical coverage. That's true. He wasn't hurt. He had minor injuries, from what I understand. They did, get him out of there. So, and even Amy say either wooden frame with sheet metal or steel framework with wood or sheet metal panels. Either way, it was not enough to truly support the weight of the engine alone, let alone the entire cab. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How can they do that? Don't understand that. But another reason why I love my city the way I do. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up from here. We're going to get on out of here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I certainly do appreciate it. Don't forget, Hugs 24/7 Radio, hugs at WRGG.com, HUGSATWRGG.com. Head on over there. Cyrus Gray has got the top 10 countdown coming up right after this. It's a lot of great music. I suggest you check it out. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Please like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, hit the notification bell. Again, 2 weeks from tonight is our last show of 2022, so make sure you get ready for that. Like I said, like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. In other words, if you like it, hey, you know what to do. We'll see you next week. We out. Whoa!